Shem Angel 35, Havakiah. This Shem Angel is associated with peace and reconciliation, and also with fairness with things that are divvied up, like inheritance, things like that. But specifically, this angel is associated with peace and reconciliation. And this Shem Angel, according to the divine Kabbalah, now you don't have to use special timing with Shem Angels, but according to the divine Kabbalah, which was a very important sleep grimoire, this Shem Angel governs specifically from September the 12th through September the 16th inclusively. So if you follow the timing outlined in the divine Kabbalah from September the 12th, which is today, up to and including the 16th of September. This Shem Angel, according to Oedipus Aegyptiacus, by Athanasius Kircher, published in 1654, is one of the powers. And the choir of powers, the Greek word used is dynamis, is, it has to do with restraining evil forces. So we're going to break this down looking at the classical material, y'all. Hopefully it doesn't do what it did last time. There was an audio issue. But here we go. We're going to break this down. Now, the Hebrew spelling of this angel name is the letter Chaf, or Kaf. Chaf, Vav, Kof, Yod He. So the first letter is Kaf or Chaf. It is a double letter. Normally in English, when we see this Hebrew letter, people automatically think of the letter K. But it is a double letter, which the double letters, at least in modern Hebrew, some of the double letters have two sounds that it can make. And a hard sound, in this case, the letter K, and a soft sound, which is Ch. Much like the letter Chet, it's like a strong H that comes through from the throat. Ch. I hate to say it, it's almost like you're hacking like ch. So Chavakiah is the proper spelling of this angel. If we look at the classical material, where we look at how this angel name was written in English or Latin letters, throughout the material it is a CH. Chavakaia. But the CH here is not a ch or a k, it's a ch. So it's like a strong H sound. If you can't do Havakiah, then just do the letter H. Havakiah. Havakiah. So, Havakiah. Actually, Agrippa spells it with the CH like ch, like lach in Scottish, like lach, that type of CH. Agrippa in the 3 Books of Occult Philosophy spells it with a CH. Throughout the material, the divine Kabbalah, Athanasius Kircher, although Dr. Rudd is the exception, it actually spells it Chavakiah with a K. Anyways, Chavakiah governs from the 20th to the 25th of Virgo, and like I said, this Shem Angel is associated with peace and reconciliation. Let's say that you want peace with a family member, or you want peace with someone. This is the angel that is associated with that. And as one of the choir of powers, this angel is very powerful at restraining and restricting malevolent forces. So especially if there's negative psychic forces that are keeping enmity between you and someone else, this angel is very effective. As one of the powers, it is known for being able to restrain malevolent forces. So Havakiah, again, that's Chaf, Vav, Kof, Yod He, Havakiah. According to Athanasius Kircher's Oedipus Aegyptiacus, this is one of the powers and the attribute of God. All 72 of the Shem angels are associated, each one with the divine attribute. It is the aspect of the divine that is embodied in the angel. So that's especially useful for those that work with more of the contemplative approach to the Shem angels. The divine attribute embodied with this angel is joyful God. Joyful God. Joyful God. Athanasius Kircher's Latin says Deus gaudiosus. So joyful God. The Psalm verse, there's a different numbering depending on whether you're using the Masoretic or the Vulgate text. The Latin numbering according to the King James and also in the Hebrew Tanakh is Psalm 116 verse 1. I love the Lord because he hath heard my voice and my supplication. I love the Lord because he's heard my voice and supplication. So that is Psalm 116 verse 1. The Vulgate numbering is 114. So we're going to break this down. So whether you go to Reuchlin's De Arte Kabbalistica or wherever you go, it's consistent with the Psalm verse. So over the last 500 years of magicians working with this angel, it's been pretty consistent. This is Shem Angel 35. I've done my own translation of this, but I still use this and highly recommend this for the divine office. There's some things in here that I don't really agree with, kind of using a little bit of innovation here with this book, published in 1823, but it's still very useful. Havakiah. All right. One invokes, I'm on page 74 of this book, Havakiah. One invokes the aid of this genius to return to favor with those whom one is offended. So if you've offended somebody and you're sorry and you'd like to reconcile, that's what this Shem angel is for. So now what it gives here is pretty interesting. Again, it's getting into some psalm magic here. The subject, this is according to Lazare Lenain's Les Sciences Kabbalistiques, or the Science of the Kabbalah. It says here, one invokes the aid of this genius to return to favor with those whom one is offended. The subject must pronounce the request. Then you say the first verse of Psalm 116, I love the Lord because he hath heard my voice and my supplication. This must be recited each day until one is reconciled with the person. That's not necessary. That's just Lazare Lenain just coming up with his own thing. The timing, this is totally invented by Lazare Lenain, but many people find it useful, is 11:20 to 11:40 a.m. For those of us like here in the U.S., we're using daylight savings. We artificially jump the clock forward an hour. It would be 12:20 p.m. to 12:40 p.m. This genius rules over testaments, successions, and all amiable distributions. Okay, I prefer my translation. I think it's clear. Okay, this genius has dominion over wills, inheritances, and all amicable divisions. So not only is it associated with peace and reconciliation, but let's say that you want fairness, you don't want anyone to try to take what's your, like, you want fairness in wills, inheritances, all amicable divisions. It maintains peace and harmony in families. So this Shem angel loves to reconcile people where they're at odds with each other. Let's say there's an uncle, or let's say there's a friend that you had and you got into it over something silly and you'd like to reconcile. This is what this Shem angel specifically governs. So it maintains peace and harmony in families. The person born under this influence likes to live in peace with everyone, even at the expense of his or her own interests. He or she makes a point of rewarding the loyalty and good care of those attached to his or her service. So again, you get very much this idea of peace and reconciliation. So let's say that, you're dealing with an inheritance or a will. That is one use of this angel. But just in general, let's say that there's somebody that feels you've wronged them, or you're having trouble forgiving someone. This angel helps you to have peace. Now, one thing I'd like to bring up, having peace with someone doesn't mean you have to go open up and start talking to them all the time. Sometimes peace can be from a distance. I just wanted to point that out. So peace means what it means to you. It doesn't necessarily mean go hang out with somebody, but to just be reconciled, be at peace with someone. So this angel, especially if there's someone that you're having problems with, and you're holding grudges back and forth, it helps to get rid of that resentment, bring to peace and reconciliation between people. Havakiah, according to the Divine Kabbalah, that's Welcome Manuscript 3203. 3203 is the manuscript number. It's part of the Welcome Library. It's a very useful, powerful grimoire. So according to Welcome Manuscript 3203, Havakiah governs from the 12th of September to the 16th inclusively. The verse from whence is derived his name, here it's using the Latin Vulgate numbering, is the first verse of the 114th Psalm. I have rejoiced since the Lord will hear my voice and my request. So that is Havakiah. Again, it's like a Havakiah. This is Shem Angel 35. So sometimes I like to do the call during the video, but I really want people to take time to think about what is close to your heart. And again, being at peace with someone doesn't necessarily mean you're going to go start hanging out. Sometimes relationships are destructive. But you could have peace in your heart, and the other person can have peace in their heart. I just want to point that out. So, bringing peace between people. Now, this is not going to bring your boyfriend back or your girlfriend back. That's not what the angel does. But it brings people to peace with each other. Okay? So, that is Havakiah. This genius has dominion over wills, inheritances, and all amicable divisions. It maintains peace and harmony in families. The person born under this influence likes to live in peace with everyone, even at the expense of his or her own interests. He or she makes a point of rewarding the loyalty and good care of those attached to his or her service. Havakiah. Shem Angel 35. I want y'all to really think about what is close to your heart. I'm sure that all of us have these resentments, these things going on. So this Shem Angel is all about resolving that. And also, since this is one of the powers, the choir of powers, this angel is very powerful at destroying the works of darkness, or someone that, let's say there's destructive magic or negative psychic forces at work. This angel is very powerful at restraining those forces. So that is Havakiah, Shem Angel 35. Now I'm going to have a lot more coming out for y'all. Not just Shem Angel videos, have a lot more coming out, y'all. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will see y'all in the next video. Have a great day, y'all. I actually went back just to say that. Have a great day, everybody. All right, y'all. Have a great day. See y'all in the next